keep these fireworks slamming in here. Alright, so firstly, we're going to find out. I'm just talking to my local. I figure my local psychologist, for me personally, inside here, I've been investigating COVID from these perspectives. But let's talk about why is this still relative. We'll find out. We're going to conduct an experiment here just on the basic information of a psychologist potentially in any case study with something that might get them triggered. This is a sector under certain values. And it comes up at the water cooler. I got to have a defense for it, as much as I can't really, you're innocent until proven guilty and you have the right to remain silent, but I didn't punch you in the face to make you shut up. And I can't necessarily do those values inside here. So what was left? The area under the curve, tax. Well, I'm going to hit New York right off the hop. New York has got an area up by the Finger Lakes, obviously. Manhattan's got macro, micro sort of working cautionary areas of the stone mill layouts. You got the tread line, you got the saw houses. They're all pieces of paper. I can do multiple different cautionary entropy states of that mill. Where are they? Because that would be what I fucking learned while leveling the curve
lawmakers demanding an investigation into
and in a COVID investigation. I have to find every term that's correlated to COVID by how much of a degree, right? Virology. Virology is in COVID a percentage, not the entirety of this. There are many other systems, but most of that cost, I found out, is going to be a certain number. Wuhan or otherwise, CDC, it's a building. I'm going to want that building. I need that building running based off the workforce program, and if it isn't, hasn't, or doesn't, it's still an energy sector inside here where I could just start throwing it in and getting it doing that kind of function based on what I could throw here. What do you want us to work with COVID? What do you want us to work with smallpox? How are we controlling that? What's the lockdowns on anything that says they've touched smallpox or an area control for the country, for a state, for a town? How are the protocols worked out? Obviously, I can't have the whole entire Fed level in one town about the damn monkey that let off the P virus inside here, or otherwise. This is just a demonstration. Let me clear about getting crap out of here that make it a wave on COVID and conquest about who gets off of the farm on gravity, right? Because that's all that is. That's just the differential of one beneficial bacteria or virus to one that is not, because DNA, RNA, there's a lot of virology inside of there that goes to the study of that, not just to mention how you would use that study to then backtrack those kind of controllable standards inside of this, which is a totally different animal because there's still a diagnosis to it. Fusion goes to the combination of hydrogen and hydrogen, to deuterium, tritium, neutrons banging around in the nuclear soup, the iron. A few different ways to get around it inside here towards the health and systems control. Sometimes you need that kind of stock in terms of starting the seed culture to actually get the T cells or whatever you're dealing with inside here. That methodology being the best of efficient costs inside of there, because virology usually start in solid state chemistry. Why? How many oxygen molecules are inside here by weight? The area and the pressure above this area, I don't know, my baby's in a tower. Changes the variable. In certain matrices that would determine the general relativity of that, there's the wobbles. There's the thing that's going to get people sick. There's the thing that's going to get people hurt. There's the thing that's going to start everything lit on fire. There's the thing that's going to say something by the fact that it didn't, and I got to know you run that protocol inside there, because it would make the answer easy. Who can handle that test? I'm going to figure observation on that. That goes to systems in the area of who can touch COVID. Who's better at the hospital version of a nurse on this? If I had this test for that standard and it said really it's going to be speed, time, labeling, simple things that are easy enough but have to ting, 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 ting in a DNA sequence, it would twist the theory to make that thing alive in terms of the wobbles.
Now the Biden